2 50-pound boxes.
In a world where the love isn't free, through the lies and the pain and the sea. See, glitter ain't always gold. They want war, but we came for the peace. Misfits in the belly of the beast. Get ready for the rally in the streets. Don't aim too high, they tell you, but above clouds we reach. I'm numb to the words they preach. We listen to the inner voice leading. Listen to the words I'm speaking. Always for the people till the day I stop breathing. Can't take back all the time we spent trying to make deep change in the world. How do you get them to understand where you're at when your pain isn't felt? It's a triumph. The bass ain't too loud for the room. We can never be silenced. Venom. My mind, if you ever heard what I heard in the night, what a fright. They wanna see us abandon the fight. We never die, we just multiply. Take all the rage you've been feeling inside. You couldn't handle this heat if you tried. City to city is different, but you and I have similar lives. I got a plan, as you coming with me, there's minutes to go. I ain't watching the time. Long bells are ringing, I'm ready to roll. Ain't no time to chill when my seat don't recline. Ain't no apologies, I'm taking off and ain't nobody stopping me. You gonna do something or you just watching me? Only I know what the fate of my prophecy is. Yeah, I know where I'm heading. Voices are weapon, watch as I tell
Do
them.
you see this thing? It's huge. Sorry about the wind noise today. Let me get that out the way because it's windy here, but I needed to get this done.
Nighttime today, like we roll trees, save lives, made minds of
This is one of the more nervous I've been putting something together. Everything was good on it except the base right here where the foot keys in during quality control when they're assembling the statues to make sure everything fits. They chipped away some of the sculpt. You know, big paint chip came off, and you can actually see where it took a little bit of the edge of the sculpt there off, and they just painted right over it. Now it's in the back from the view where you're not going to be seeing it, so I can deal with it. But when you're paying this amount of money, I'm sure you guys know how much this was. When you're paying that much money for a piece, you want it to be immaculate. But as you know, shit happens. And it wasn't during shipping, it was during the factory just sent it out like that. So it was painted over. But other than that, I'm happy with everything. The seam on the one arm is better on the one arm than the other arm, but nothing I can't deal with. The way it was engineered is very nice. Let me start off with the engineering. The base is probably just as heavy as the body. So this is, if it's not fully solid, it's close to it. It's at least solid at the bottom and most of the way up. Maybe some of these tendrils and the pieces that put on the front, they might not be completely solid. So it has a ton of weight right here, you know, right where it needs to be. And towards the back, this is all heavy too because it's leaning forward. So they wanted a lot of weight back here to counteract that weight. So with that weight back there, it's pretty good. I mean, I got it on the turntable and I got the base back that way because I knew he was going to be leaning this way. So right now it's like perfectly balanced. I don't have to worry about it spinning this thing. So over time, I don't think we'll ever have a problem. What worries me is the lean. It's a pretty good lunge and it's a heavy body to be on one foot connection. So with that said, the body itself, the legs are, you can, like if you hold this body and hold it in the middle, it's going to lean towards the legs heavy because these legs are very solid. At least this one is probably a solid leg. I'm not sure about this one, but you could feel most of the weight in the body is in this area. With the upper body being more hollow, you can just tell when you're holding it in the center of gravity of it. The arms are separate pieces, so they're lighter, which it needs to be. So I'm very happy with the engineering. The seams on the head are perfectly fine. I'll get you in for close-ups of the seams so you can see them. The texture is phenomenal. I love the texture. It's different than anything I've seen. The only thing that has me worried is this tendril right here. It's not supported by nothing. And they all come close to each other here. There's 3 separate symbiote tendrils right there. So I tried to like interlock them to see if it would help, but it doesn't mesh up well that way. So I just left it hanging like that. That worries me over time if that's going to start leaning. But again, it's towards the back, so if it does, you're not going to notice that it's doing it. What else? The base is very nice. It is pretty much a solid jet gloss black. It might not be a high gloss, it could be like a semi-gloss. The figure itself is probably a matte finish or eggshell, and the nails are a gloss, and they got a lot of gloss on the emblem, which is phenomenal. It's the best Venom logo that I've seen on a Venom by far. I mean, by a lot. Better than the Prime one, better than any custom I have. I don't have every one, so, but that logo I am super impressed with the way it's done. The color of it, the amount of shading in it, the gloss on it. It looks awesome. I love it. The paint, that's probably the best paint on the piece itself, is the logo, the way it's painted. It looks great. If I had to nitpick something, because I'm very excited about this, I really like it. The teeth, I feel like they could be more enamel looking, but you know, that might have added to the cost and stuff. So the tongue looks fantastic. Nice gloss on that. I like the dark color. I like the dark gums. Just the teeth itself, you know, I've seen some teeth where it looks like actual teeth, so if they could have got that more of an enamel look, that would have brought it up a little bit. But I mean, it's still very nice. You'll see in the close-ups. Again, that emblem in the back looks awesome. His arms, he is top heavy. Definitely top heavy. The arms are very big, but that's the way he's in the game, and it's based off the game. So you take what you can get when you can get a 1/3 Venom and you love Venom. So for me, if it didn't have that blemish where the foot goes in, like even if it was a blemish to where they filled it back on and sanded it and then painted over it, and maybe if you could tell a little bit, I wouldn't mind it as much, but they just left the damage there and painted over it, because this is all smooth symbiote look, and where it's damaged there, it has like texture now because it wasn't a clean break, a clean chip, whatever it is. It might just be multiple layers of paint. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it. It looks like actual material missing. So just that one blemish, and maybe this seam on the arm where it connects could have been a tiny bit better, but since he's dark, you don't notice that. And if you have him posed from where you're looking now, you're not ever going to notice that. Like, your eye's not going to be drawn to it. There's so much going on here. He has so much presence. You're not worried about that. Really love the texturing on it. Love the color. I don't think I would change anything except maybe dial back the proportions in the top end of them, in the upper body. But from what I was told, they sculpted it with a smaller upper body, and then the license forced them to increase the percentages in just the upper half. So he was enlarged from when they first sculpted him, and from what I was told, it actually looks better than the first version. So this is the final version, but I'm a happy customer. I'm gonna see if maybe they'll be willing to send me a replacement base. I mean, that would be ideal. I don't want to send this one back. I don't want to have to ship anything. I'll break it for them if they want me to, but I'm not going to break it until I get the other one in to make sure the foot fits in good. Because if it doesn't fit as well as this one, I'd rather keep this one with the blemish on it. So we'll see. If they want to give me a partial, that would be ideal too. A partial I wouldn't mind. I think I could deal with it. The only thing is, you don't know. I don't ever plan on selling any statues. I never have since I started collecting. I may have to sell some dinosaur statues soon to make room, but I don't ever plan on selling anything. I wouldn't be buying these if I needed to sell them. So Venom's my number one, so I don't ever plan to sell any Venoms. But you never know. Something could happen where my family has health issues or an emergency. You never know. Sometimes you might have to liquidate assets, and now I got a blemish here. So I'm gonna have to mention that if I ever have to sell it. But I don't have plans to. All right, guys, I'll get you in for some close-ups. I'm gonna say, this is a hard one for me because I'm super excited. I love it. I want to say it's a 9 out of 10 because the emblem is that good. I think if the teeth were done a little better, I mean, that's the only thing I can really say about it, is the teeth could be a little bit better, just because the portrait is such a main focus. You want it to be almost perfect. So I think if the teeth were done a little more enamel looking, a little more realistic, this thing would be a 9 easily, 9.5. Right now, I'd probably give it an 8.75 or a 9. I mean, a very light 9. But I'm very happy. It's got everything I need for a big ass 1/3 Venom. All right, close up time. Get you a view of that portrait nice and close. The eyes have nice shading around the edge. They're a nice gloss. Similar paint on the emblem. The logo, the spider logo looks fantastic. I really, really, really enjoy it. Definitely the best one out of anything I've got. Very well done. Here is the seam for this arm. And it's all the way in there, you know, I pushed on it good. I gave it good pressure. This is how it comes in the back. Not bad. Could it be better? Maybe, maybe. This side's a little better. See how much smaller that one looks? It could just be the way the position of the arms are. Here's the nails, glossed. And the back of the hands with a gloss as well. All the connection of the symbiotes are good. No issues there. I did have to spread, I think it was these ones. I had to spread them pretty far apart to get them to fit in the keys. But look at the texture on that, guys. Seam on the head, not bad at all. I could deal with that all day. Love the texture. It looks like something is crawling in them. Exactly how it should look in my opinion. Nails versus the sock or shoe look. More symbiote pieces in there. Very, very lovely. Love it. There's the base. A couple of them pieces in the front are separate pieces. See how everything's smooth looking. Oh, there's a hand. And then right here in the back, right there at the top, you can see it. See that texturing around the edge under his foot? It should be smooth like the rest. But as you can see, it was damaged. And they just painted over it. All right, let me get this other portrait on for you guys. All right, and here it is with the other portrait. Also very menacing. The seam looks just as good on this one as the last one. Very, very cool. All right, guys, time to get this bad boy on the shelf. Here it is with my Iron Studios Hulk. Got my other Venoms around here. Big boy. Biggest one in the collection yet. Until the next one.